This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk here with UNI track and field coach Dan Steele at the outdoor track. It's a beautiful day and a beautiful performance by the men and women at the Conference Track and Field Championships outdoors. You had to be very pleased with what you saw from your team competition-wise.
Yeah, they did everything we asked them to do. I mean, both sides, men and women, they competed well. And anytime you exceed the form charts before the meet, you got to be pleased. And, you know, we had some really big performances, some exciting performances, so we came away feeling really good about it.
So you and your assistant coaches sit down and say, this is where we think we can get points heading into the conference championships, and you hope there's a couple spots you can steal some. Yeah,
you know, you look at the entries and you go down the descending order list, and, you know, you can say exactly where we match up on paper. It rarely unfolds that way in the meet. But yeah, you try to figure out where we're going to be able to pick up points, and we did. You know, the men scored 158 points, which a lot of years that's good enough to win it. And so they did everything we asked them. They competed well, and so you know, it was an exciting meet.
What were some of the events you feel like you really gained some points and the guys or girls just stepped up big?
Well, I think the men's pole vault, while we didn't get a winner in the event, it took a great national class performance to beat them, and they got big points. You know, Sam had his best meet of the season to get second place, and Corey, the freshman, did the same thing indoors. Guys, he's a gamer, man. He knows how to compete, and so he stepped up and had a great meet. So proud of him. And Goris is just steady Eddie. He's always going to get his 520 bar, and that's what he got. So they did a great job. They did what we needed them to do. I think the 100 meters was great in that Jared Herring, one of the few men to ever get 3 titles in the 100 meters at the conference meet. He looked great. But Derek Kramer stepping up and getting 3rd place out of lane 1 on the rail. He runs a huge PR, 10:61, and takes 3rd place. And so those were really important events for us. And you know, well, you always, when you're not the favorite, you need some fire starters. You need somebody to really get things going and get things excited. And we had that. You know, the 4x1 won going away in the very first event on the final day, and that got things going. And you know, of all the teams, I think we had the best final day of competition. Our bench is still a little bit thin, and that we didn't have quite enough bullets in the chamber to win it all. But geez, they did a great job.
Throws were big as well. Coming up later in the show, we'll have a feature on the hammer throw, and that group is just a fraternity.
Yeah, they put a lot of time out there together. They spend a lot of time, and they get along great. You know, Tanner Hurt had a fantastic meet. He stepped up in both the discus and the hammer and did a terrific job. I think Jordan Williams, his performance in the discus was really impressive. All 6 of his throws would have won the competition. You don't see that very often. And his final one was his best one. I tell you what, that kid is hot heading into the first round of nationals.
And that's what we have right around the corner, as next week you have the regionals to qualify for nationals, and that's another big-time performance. You feel like the team and the individuals are peaking right now.
Yeah, all the big-time athletes that we've got seem well prepared, and mentally they're ready to go. You know, the regionals, the format's changed. This is the first round of nationals, and everything matters. And so there's a lot of pressure on them. But you know, our top kids are excited and ready, and they looked great this past weekend. So you know, I feel good about how they're going to do in Texas.
What do you like about this time of year? School's out of session, and they can just really tune in and focus on getting to that national championship meet in Des Moines.
Yeah, this is the fun part of the season. I mean, you say goodbye to most of the kids because most of them are going to be done, but you know, every year we got more and more kids that are sticking around, and they're just training now. And this is fun. You can really zero in, and the coaching gets a little bit better. Everybody's intensity improves a little bit, and the focus is there for everybody. So this is the good stuff. This is fun, exciting stuff, and both the coaches and athletes really look forward to this part of the year.
A couple weeks ago, you had a senior celebration where you honored a large and a special senior class. Why did you decide that this class needed to be honored?
Well, I think you know, track's a weird sport, and that we finish after the year is done, and it's hard to have an awards banquet. But the worst part about it is you don't get to appropriately send off the seniors. We have such a great group of seniors this year. Big group. They've really helped me in my transition to being the head coach, and help with the vision that I've got. So I wanted to do something special. We're going to do it every year from here on out. But I felt like, you know what, let's not talk about who was the best this year. Let's talk about who we're going to miss and who served the program well. And that's what we did. And, you know, after the meet on Saturday, we had our team meeting and everybody's feeling good, and I brought all the outgoing seniors out in front of the group. And I said, you guys got to fill some big shoes, guys. These guys really changed the face of the program and did some amazing things, and so we took special acknowledgement of that. But they're going to be hard to replace. They did a really good job, and I'm going to miss them.
Well, congratulations on the conference. Best of luck at regionals and nationals, Coach.
Thank you.
Coming up later in the show, Olympia Novak and Tanner Hurt in the hammer throw, and of course, a softball feature as well. Stay tuned for more Panther Sports Talk.